Hello, welcome to Let's Get Down to Business with the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. We are here to give a voice to our local business owners, entrepreneurs, and community leaders to strengthen and support our local business community and to share the wisdom and experience of longtime business leaders and the fresh ideas and experiences of new entrepreneurs. So let's get down to business.
Hi, my name is Daphne Thompson, and I'm the president of the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. Today on Let's Get Down to Business, I have the privilege of speaking to Jon Vandenbrink from Colliers Project Leaders. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So, Jon, how did you get to Prince Rupert?
Well, it's a bit of a long story. Originally, me and my partner at the time moved to Prince Rupert in January of this year. She took a position there kind of for her career. At the time, I was currently working as a project engineer for a company back in Alberta, and I was able to do that remotely. We had a big plant shutdown kind of planned for May of this year, so I was able to kind of work remotely, traveling back and forth from Lloydminster to Prince Rupert for first part of the year, and then kind of my contract with them kind of expired at the end of the summer, and I found a new role kind of with Colliers Project Leaders based in Prince Rupert after that. So
nice. So what does Colliers Project Leaders do?
We're a project management consulting firm, so we come and we assist owner companies and helping them get stuff built primarily. So there's lots of companies, and ranging anywhere from municipal governments to private companies as well, that they sometimes lack either the personnel or the expertise and taking their ideas through to physical construction and having something kind of built. So we come in and assist them in helping that process. So typically kind of involves helping our clients manage architects and engineers that they need in the front end portion of planning out the project and managing the design all the way through to managing the contractors and keeping tabs on the progress of construction.
And does that also include the financial part?
Yeah, well, we assist them with the full aspect of project management. So everything from tracking costs and financials to tracking the schedule and all the different things that need to happen and the sequence in order for things to flow smoothly, as well as helping them kind of evaluate and properly manage the different risks to the project that arise through the life of a project. So we help them look after everything.
And which part of this project management is your favorite?
I like my favorite part is usually in the front end, scoping and designing the project, kind of coming up with the plan of what it's going to look like. I find that kind of quite invigorating to help clients flesh out the ideas, come up with ways that we can optimize something that they maybe already have in their head, but maybe with some conversation and some brainstorming, we can make it even better, or find ways to accomplish it easier, things like that. So that's always kind of been my favorite part of the project management role that we have.
And how big is the presence of Colliers Project Leaders here in Prince Rupert?
We're 2 people currently in Prince Rupert, so 2 people kind of based in our office here, but the company is about 700 people kind of across Canada, which that gives us a large network of resources to draw on. So even if the 2 of us don't personally have experience with something, it's pretty easy for us to get on a chat or one of our Teams threads about the company and kind of get find somebody who does have experience, and they can either step in, join us on a call, or just provide some expertise to help us kind of pass that along to our clients.
And the type of projects that you guys specialize in, is it mostly construction orientated?
Well, we do have a number of different services that we offer through different groups of our company. So Colliers Project Leaders has groups that will assist through like infrastructure planning and advisory capacities. The project management kind of department or division that I'm personally in mostly looks after kind of construction work. But we do have other services that will assist with either the further upstream planning or like other aspects of it as well.
And how did the Colliers Project Leader start in Prince Rupert?
So actually we started working in Prince Rupert remotely through our office in Prince George. I think kind of a couple years ago, our office in Prince George started building a relationship with the city of Prince Rupert. And so they were kind of remotely managing some projects and traveling back and forth between Prince George and Prince Rupert fairly frequently. And so we kind of, I think as a company, they'd identified that it's a good area for us to establish a local presence in. And that's kind of led to us starting our office first with my colleague Kevin, who was kind of the first guy in Prince Rupert, and then Kevin kind of met me, and that's kind of how I got brought onto the team.
But as far as I know, Colliers isn't the only job that you do here in Prince Rupert, right?
No, I do. I teach some classes for Sweat Rebel Fitness as well.
Yeah, I know
that's kind of a bit of a part-time gig.
Because that's where we initially met, is at one of Sweat Rebel's lifting classes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you've had Hannah and Crystal on the podcast before.
Yes, yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we definitely had. And so why did you guys choose to establish an extra branch in Prince Rupert? Is it just because the work became too much, or is there a growth opportunity that you see here?
Colliers, like Project Leaders, does a fair bit of infrastructure work. So Prince Rupert was an appealing location to us, kind of from that point of view. Like there's lots of development work and things happening in the area with the expansion of the port and the different things kind of going on in Prince Rupert specifically, but also kind of in the surrounding area as well. So yeah, we kind of figured that Prince George was a little bit too far away to kind of really be super convenient for keep managing projects out there, and so Prince Rupert kind of made a lot of sense for us.
Well, even though remote is definitely a way to do things and it is very efficient, there's just nothing nothing is like face-to-face contact with someone, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of, with us being local, it's a lot easier to stop by a construction site and have a little bit more, makes it a little bit easier to kind of keep an eye on what's going on for our clients and stuff like that, as opposed to if you're remotely trying to manage the project. So
what challenges have you guys seen here in Prince Rupert, and how did you overcome it to do business here in Prince Rupert?
Well, we've for us being, Kevin and I are both fairly new to Prince Rupert, so we obviously had a little bit of a challenge of trying to build our networks and make connections in town. But we found that the people in Prince Rupert have been very welcoming and friendly, so that's been going quite well for us. People have been, I don't know, very receptive to what we have to offer in terms of being able to sit down and chat and start to build those relationships with them. I know it's oftentimes a struggle to get people in the northern communities. So that's where our big network also kind of really helps us out, that we don't necessarily need to have a very big team in Prince Rupert. When we have a lot of that strength of people that we can draw on who might be physically sitting somewhere else, but able to kind of assist the two of us as kind of the local contact people or point person in Prince Rupert. So
what are some of the advantages that you see of doing business here in Prince Rupert?
well, I think like I'd mentioned, the people is definitely a good advantage. I guess similar, the flip side of it being hard to get people up into the northern communities means that there oftentimes is a lot of opportunity as well. That there's not necessarily, I don't know, it's easier to sometimes get your foot in the door and provide kind of, I don't know, there's lots of things happening and things to get involved with, and people lack the personnel and sometimes to deliver those projects and those ideas themselves. And so that's kind of, it's a big opportunity for us in particular, but I think for a lot of other businesses as well.
I tend to agree with you on that these type of rural areas do have a lot of opportunity because everything is still being built out. The market's unsaturated, and there is a lot of opportunity for kind of anything that you put your mind to, right?
Yeah, and even sometimes, like for an individual career, that my experience has been sometimes if you get away from some of the bigger centers, you can get better experience than kind of faster than you otherwise would, kind of being in a big center where there's a lot more competition and you have to work your way up the ladder. My experience is in some of the smaller communities, people tend to get thrown into the fire a little bit more, and that just kind of is one way of helping you grow and develop your career as well.
I do agree with you on that. So how would you say that Colliers project leaders fit into the Prince Rupert 2030 plan?
I think our goal is to figure out kind of where we can be involved in helping make that plan happen. I don't necessarily know all the details of it yet, but we'll definitely be looking to work with the other players kind of in town and making sure that things get built and kind of projects kind of flow smoothly, and do our role in helping the owner companies make that happen.
One of the things that is a common thread on every podcast guest that I've spoken to is the community that is so extremely supportive, and to the collaboration that happens within the community to make projects happen and to make something happen that is basically economic development for the area. So I really like that you even mentioned that yourself, that working with the other players in the community is collaboration, and teamwork makes
for
dreams,
sure.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Like with our role, we're kind of explicitly a project management firm, and so there's obviously a lot of other roles that need to be in place and that need to be filled in terms of getting projects designed and built. Like we do project management, we don't do engineering, so we work with engineers and architects, and we don't personally kind of provide construction services. So we can do construction management, but we work with the contractors and things like that as well. So our role literally is all about collaboration and bringing different pieces together and making sure that everyone's kind of on the same page and working together and kind of has the same goals and targets in mind, and
Awesome. So what is, just before we end up, what is something that you would like to leave our business community with to inspire them that Prince Rupert is the best place to do business?
I think it's going to kind of go back to the points that we've already kind of mentioned, that we have a very kind of supportive, welcoming community that is kind of, I don't know, oftentimes quite eager to put their arms around new people, and at the same time there is lots of opportunity in the area, and yeah, it's kind of like that combination. It makes it a great place to do business.
And how do we get hold of Colliers Project Leaders?
Well, they can either contact me at Jon Vandenbrink at colliersprojectleaders.com, or we have an office in the Coastal Business Resource Center, kind of across from Chevron. So if someone wanted to stop by there, we can have a chat. I'm not sure if you kind of include Instagram call outs or things like that. So we do have that as well.
So what is the Instagram handle?
I'm pretty sure it's just the corporate one would be at Colliers Project Leaders, or our personal one is at JV, the number 2, PT0.
Nice. So
yeah,
for any kind of project management needed here in Prince Rupert, please do reach out to Jon Vandenbrink at Colliers Project Leaders, at Colliers Project Leaders, for any project management or any project that you want to be kept on track here in Prince Rupert. Thank you so much for being on the show, Jon. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave our business community with?
No, thanks for having me, Daphne.
My name is Daphne Thompson, and this was Let's Get Down to Business.
Thank you for listening to the Let's Get Down to Business with the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. If you would like to be featured as a guest on a future episode, please email us at rupertchamber@gmail.com or direct message us on Facebook or Instagram at Prince Rupert Chamber.